Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Free Daily Coaching. Today is Tuesday, October 20th. And because it's a Tuesday, that means we're going to have a tech tip. We're trying to make a series of Tech Tip Tuesday. So each and every Tuesday, you can go back in the archives, look at Tuesday's different calls, and see exactly what we did, exactly what we talked about, and have a resource so that you can start tapping into some different things. So this morning's Tech Tip Tuesday, and on Tuesdays, I'm going to make them reasonably quick, right? We're going to have a quick morning, and not because of any other reason than because we're going to show you the tech tip and then have you go and apply it. We'll open up for questions and answers on Tuesdays as well. So if you have any questions about this or you guys have any feedback, you can absolutely participate. So those that are watching over on YouTube, I would encourage you, or if you're watching on a Google Hangout via your iOS application, maybe on your iPad or your phone, what I would encourage you to do is visit us over at www.freedailycoaching.com. And the reason to do that is simple. You can register for the live webinar and you can come over and hang with us live. That will give you the ability to interact. It will give you the opportunity, if you'd like, to be able to ask live questions, to be able to participate in real time. Now, if that's not available and that's not an opportunity for you, of course, you can always come back and watch the replays. And if you'd like to ask a question and you are watching the replays, simply visit us at the Free Daily Coaching group over on Facebook. Find us on Facebook. Go ahead and pose your question over there, and we can help you by getting the question answered when we're over there. So I'm going to type something in. All right, so the thing that we're going to talk about this morning is, are you creating custom links? Now, the reason I asked this question is because this is a very simple idea. And actually, I'm going to show you this morning a couple simple ways to create these. And probably one of the most powerful things that you could do that would be so simple to really help your business. Now, why would this be important? Why would creating custom links be important for you? How would this technical tip, how would this help you? Well, it's going to help you in a couple of different ways. The first way is for vanity purposes. And what do I mean by vanity purpose? Well, a lot of times you'll hear mention of a vanity URL. Have you ever heard of that before, Chris? Have you ever heard someone use that term, a vanity URL?
Yes, I have.
I think she said yes.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, now I can hear you, yeah.
Yes, I said I have.
Yeah, and so what a vanity URL is something that makes it look pretty for vanity's sakes, right? So let's say, for example, that I went to look for my own website and I was unable to secure BurtBledsoe.com. Let's just say they already had it, right? So the closest thing I could get was BurtBledsoe1258794.com. Let's just pretend that was the situation. Well, I would never want to give someone that website, right? The BurtBledsoe147859734.com, because it just visually and aesthetically would be unpleasing to a human, right? So I would want to have a vanity URL. So I might change and get something else like baldguy.com, right? That would be like a vanity URL, and I would forward that Burt12875 over to that URL. That's an example of using a vanity URL, of using a URL strictly for vanity purposes, strictly for the visual purposes. Now, I'm proposing to you that you could do this on a regular basis with all of the links that you were promoting, and it would allow you then to have a continuous group, right, of all vanity URLs. Or it would provide you with the opportunity to start having a specific nomenclature for your URLs, for your links. if you're unsure of what nomenclature means, I want you to go look it up, and I'm going to give you an example. Have you ever noticed that certain companies or products have information? Hold on one second. Have you ever noticed that certain products or services have information about their product? Let me give you an example. Oh, this is a good one. I don't know what the nomenclature for these are, but there is one, I'm sure. UPC codes, right? It's a universal price code, a barcode on the back of books and things. They have a nomenclature. I don't know what the nomenclature is, but I'm going to break it down and show you an idea. The very first number on the bottom of this barcode is a 9. Okay? So the 9, I'm just making this up because I don't know barcode nomenclature. Nomenclature identifies each individual item in a serial number. So maybe the first number, 9, always represents what geographic area the product was made in, okay? Or maybe in this case, 9 represents books, let's just say, okay? And then 780, the first 3 letters represent the author or the publishing house. The next 2 letters represent a city code. Does that make sense that that would be the nomenclature? So the reason that I'm bringing this up is I worked in a warehouse when I was a kid, and all of the electric motors had a part number, JB0015C. Okay? So what did that mean? Well, I know that it was a J series motor. It had the B, JB, so it had a bracket on the front, so I know it was a mountable motor. It was a 0015, so I knew it was a 1.5 horsepower motor. And it said C at the end, so I knew that the clamp, that mounting bracket, was going to be a C clamp. Okay, that's nomenclature. So what if you started to create your own nomenclature so you could start remembering what it was that your links were? Well, that would be amazing. Well, what if you could take it another step and actually create all these custom links and have the ability to keep track of everything? Would that be amazing? Would that be wonderful? Yeah, it's going to save you a lot of time. It's going to, imagine this, it's going to save you time. It's also going to give you the opportunity to consolidate the amount of work that you're doing. I'm going to give you an example. Some people that I work with closely use a marketing platform. Every Wednesday, there's a webinar, okay? Every single Wednesday, there's a webinar. Now, there's a specific link that goes to that webinar, right? http:// the username, and then .weeklymarketingwebinars.org, okay? That big long thing. So username.weeklymarketingwebinars.org, right? What if I want to promote that specific link, but I want to promote it on Facebook and I want to promote it on Twitter, and I want to know which one is getting me better results? Well, I could simply make a custom link, one that I'm going to use on Facebook and one that I'm going to use on Twitter, that they both go to the same place, but I'm using a different link. Why am I using the different link? So I can track the results. If you're not tracking your results, if you're not actually watching where the numbers are coming from, where the traffic that you're receiving is coming from, where the people that are interested in you are coming from, how will you know where to go and put more energy into it, right? If you don't know, if you didn't know that you only got 3 people off of Twitter and 97 off of Facebook, and you were spending all of your day over on Twitter, this would help us, right? This would tell us, hey, you're wasting your time over there. We only got 3 people out of there. 97 came from this platform over here. Maybe we should spend our time over there. Now, I want to give you an example of people that are using custom links over and over and over, and you're hearing it all the time. And I don't even know if some of us are even paying attention and realizing it. Does anyone here, go ahead and raise your hand if you're here live. Does anyone here ever listen to the radio? Raise your hand if you ever listen to the radio. If you've ever listened to music on the radio and they have a DJ. If you've ever listened to a talk radio show. If you've ever heard a commercial on the radio. If you've ever listened to a podcast, raise your hand. If you've ever seen a TV commercial for DraftKings or FanDuel, the new fantasy football things, go ahead and raise your hand. If you ever listen to Rush Limbaugh on the radio, go ahead and raise your hand. If you ever listen to any one of those political pundits like Sean Hannity or any of those guys, raise your hand. If you ever listen to the overnight radio, go ahead and raise your hand, right? I'm seeing hands raised, boom, 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 right? People's hands are coming up. Now I want to ask you a question, and I want you to think about the radio show that you listen to, and I want you to think about these shows. And did you ever hear a commercial where someone said, go to lifelock.com and enter Billy as the secret code? Or go to joerogan.com/winning. Someone, I'll tell you, who uses this, that someone that you may, I'm going to bring it down back into our world. I'm stepping away from the commercials. Maybe you know a guy by the name of Ray Higdon. Ray Higdon uses vanity URLs all the time, right? He says, go to rayhigdon.com / and then he tells you whatever he'd like to show you. Right? Those are custom links. Those are pretty links. Those are vanity URLs that individuals are using. So it doesn't look weird when they say, okay, go to www.rushlimbaugh.com /radio /affiliate / this contest today. Right? So they don't have to tell you to go to all those different websites. They can just say, go to www.myradioshow.com /offer, and then wham, people go right to that. Then also, by creating custom links, it gives you the opportunity to track individual campaigns. What if you wanted to have multiple campaigns on the same platform using the same link, and you wanted to check which one of your ads was working better, right? Which one of the capture pages got a better response? You could use the exact same funnel on the exact same platform, but create two separate links and check it separately. Does that make sense? All right, I'm going to lower everyone's hands. And now, morning. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so let me raise these, put these hands down. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a couple options to do this. The very first option, let me go over on a screen share. Okay, the very first option, it's an easy option. This is a free option. You guys have probably already heard of this option. It's called Bitly, B-I-T-L-Y. You can actually download an application here from Bitly and have it right onto an extension in your browser. But look, I could put in, let's say I wanted to create a shortener for free daily coaching. I can come over here and I could put in www.freedailycoaching.com and I could hit shorten. They're going to create this little link for me. Okay. That's it. They created it for me. It's right here. Right. And now I have a smaller link. Now, I'm going to tell you something. The Bitly one doesn't really customize it that much. It doesn't make it super pretty looking, right? It doesn't, vanity-wise, it doesn't look super pretty, okay? But it does give you that ability to shorten. And if you sign up for their free service and be a part of them, you can also then have their tracking ability. So there's one way that's a free way to do that, right? So that's the first way. Now I'm going to show you the way that I personally use. I use a marketing platform. Part of that marketing platform, it's called My Lead System Pro. Part of that marketing platform, it gives you the ability to create your own custom links, just like a Bitly service. The difference is it's built into my platform here. So I can come over here and I can create custom links. You can see I have quite a few. I've erased quite a few. Here, this is what I like. It'll show me how many unique and total visitors I've had, scans if there's a QR code, how many leads and sales I've got off of everything, right? So it'll show me. So just this, I made a custom link for the Wednesday webinar, the website for the Wednesday webinar registration for a specific thing. You can see I've made $439.50 off of that, okay? Off of 5 sales from people going directly through that funnel. So what do? I just literally create a custom link and say, okay, what do I want to call the link name? Well, I'm going to call this one a free daily coaching tech tip Tuesday, right? I'll just call it free daily coaching tech tip Tuesday. So it'll just be a link that I'm going to use and I'm going to promote for Tech Tip Tuesday. The stub is a short description that'll be a part of the URL. So I'm going to put Tech Tip Tuesday like that. The page title, FDC ETT, right, for Tech Tip Tuesday. This is the page title that's going to be used if forward masking. So I could put this free daily coaching as well, right? The URL is I want them to go to the free daily coaching page. Free daily coaching. I'm going to type that in .com. Okay. The link description. I can put in a note to myself. This is just going to be seen by me. This is a custom link to be used on Facebook for the promotion of the Tuesday call of free daily coaching. If checked, your custom link will use forward masking. If not, you will redirect to the link provided. Okay. So if I used forward masking, it's going to come up and the page title is going to look like that. Otherwise, it's going to just go right to that page. If checked, your link will be shared with your team on a special resource page. The link name and the description will be listed on that page. So I can check this right here. And by doing that, this enables this link to be shared with all of my team members that also use this platform. So if I wanted to help my team members and say, hey, you guys want to help by promoting this out, I could do that and I could share, I can enable that link sharing and I can simply add a new custom link. I can go down here now and I can look, FDC Tech Tip Tuesdays, here it is, gives me all the info, right? I can come over here and show my link details. Here is my link, right? It created a link for me just like Bitly and it's customized. And now I can come back in and I can look at all my stats. The other thing, I'm going to stop on this. The other reason that I like to use those custom links via this MLSP platform is because it also now cookies people to me via the My Lead System Pro system. So let's just say that I'm out promoting free daily coaching. I'm out promoting this webinar about free daily coaching and I invite a bunch of people and they all use that custom link. And let's say that a handful of those people have never heard of this marketing platform that I'm using. Well, they're now tagged to me. They're connected to me because I just used a custom link, right? That gives them the opportunity to be connected to me via the system, the platform, as an affiliate, right? And that's a different conversation for later. But for those that know, and we'll do that maybe on another Tech Tip Tuesday, we'll go more into this. But for those that know what that means, you can see how this is an added benefit of being able to create that custom link is have that tracking or that cookie availability on there that's already built in. Okay, and now I'm going to show you a third option. So we did 1, 2, and 3. We did free, right? We did something that you could use as part of a system that's built in and that you could use as part of the system that's super powerful. And now I'm going to show you another way to do this. And this way, I'm going to actually show you that vanity URL, that way to make it look really snazzy. So let me open something up really quick. Make sure I have it over, that I have it on. What this is this is the ability to create that vanity URL, like I mentioned. And this is going to be available for those of you that are actually using your using a website, okay, that are actually using a blog. So let me do another screen share. What I've done is I opened up my own personal website, bertbledsoe.com. I'm going to go ahead and show you. You guys can see that here I'm logged into the back end of my blog. So if this looks crazy and technical, don't worry. This is simply just a dashboard on how I can control what visually my blog looks like. Over on the left-hand side, you're going to see this dashboard or this sidebar, and I have all of my tools and the different plugins and widgets that I'm using to make my blog happen. I'm using a link called Pretty, P-R-E-T-T-Y link, okay? I'm going to click on Pretty Link. You can get it for free, or you can go and buy the professional edition. And you can see that I've got a list, a webinar with Adam, of my buddy Adam that I made, my newsletter, a program that I use for telephone calls for people that are trying to make more phone calls and get better on the phone, website hosting, a mastery link, a challenge link, a special link that just goes to an MLSP link. I created one just especially for a program that is a monthly program called the Deep Abyss, a mastermind that you can go to, right? And then a way to get free leads. So a custom link that I created. So you can see that I created all these custom links, or all these different links. But over on the right, what's cool, and let me make this bigger. I don't know if you guys can see this. Here, maybe there you can. Over on the right, you can see that because it's a pretty link and it's part of my website, part of bertbledsoe.com, it gives me the ability to make it look like that pretty link, bertbledsoe.com list, bertbledsoe.com free, bertbledsoe.com newsletter. So let's say I wanted to create one. I'm going to hit the button, add a pretty link. Okay. It's going to say the target URL. So what's the target URL? Well, I want them to go to Free Daily Coaching, right? Because that's what we talked about today. So we'll put a www.freedailycoaching.com. And on this one, I want them to go to the friends page to sign up for the Friends of Free Daily Coaching. So I'm going to send to the friends page. And then the pretty link is bertbledsoe.com, www, right? HTTP, bertbledsoe.com / and I'm going to put coaching. Okay. And okay. I can add in some parameter following and tracking. I can go into set up some advanced things if I buy the Pretty Link Pro. So it gives you a little bit more advanced options if you'd like to. And then I just hit create. That's it. I hit create, and now I can see that I have a Friends of Free Daily Coaching page. It's got 0 hits, 0 unique, but I can go to http://bertbledsoe.com /coaching. And if I open another tab here, you can see that if I go to bertbledsoe.com /coaching, I go there, and it's going to take me right over to Free Daily Coaching to the friends page. And watch, boom. Takes me over to Free Daily Coaching, and it takes us to the friends page. Wow, right? Pretty fun. Now, why would I want to do this? Well, what if I want to promote? Let me come back over with you. What if I want to promote that Friends of Free Daily Coaching page and I want to track it? So I just showed you 3 different ways I could have done that. I could have went in Bitly and done it that way. I could go into the marketing platform that I'm already using and track it that way. That way I'm keeping everything all in one place too, right? If I'm doing my other marketing, I'm doing other marketing work back there. Wouldn't that be congruent for me to just simply have those right there? So I'm opening less things. I'm having to deal with less software and programs, right? I'm consolidating. And I also showed the way, hey, if I really want to get fancy, if I want to make it look really snazzy, right? I can put in the pretty link. Now, I'm going to take it one more step. Is it okay, Chris, if I just go one more? What if you were using the marketing platform that I showed you, where you could cookie those people to you? You could still track all the results for that. And what if you use that as the target URL and you still use the pretty link? It's like you're tracking it twice, but you're making a custom link in MLSP, but then just making it look pretty by adding that pretty link. Are we putting 1, 2, and 3 together here? Is it all making sense? Go ahead and raise your hands. I'm going to open up the Q&A, and I'll put that open for just a few minutes here. Stay open for another 4 or 5 minutes till we go at the bottom of the hour, so that if you have any questions on this, you can ask. Questions, comments, concerns from anyone? All right. Yeah, the Pretty Links one is just that one is an actual application that connects via your blog site, so your website. Yeah, that one you would just want to use for that actual website. And the other thing I thought of was, for those people that don't have custom hosting and they haven't got all crazy and set up with all their blog and done all that, for those of you that don't have that, you have the ability, if you wanted to, and you are using My Lead System Pro, to go grab access to MLSP sites, and you could add Pretty Link onto your site as a widget, as a free widget. And when you did that, you'd then be able to do that again. Yeah, absolutely. So the first option that we talked about was Bitly, B-I-T-L-Y, right? And using their free program, and that's an option. And you can go and create custom links. So that's one option. The second option was I'm using a marketing platform called My Lead System Pro, and I'm simply going in and using their custom link creator that's part of the service. It's part of what it's built in. It's part of it, right? And then the third option is if you wanted to do a vanity URL, if you wanted to go all the way and customize it that way, you could doing your blog by doing it using the widget or the little add-on thing called Pretty Link. So that's it. Those were 3 easy ways to be able to create custom links to be able to track what you're doing. So this one says, can you do this for all of the web sessions out there, like Twitter, Scope, Today, and the Wednesday call? So you can do it as long as it has a URL, right? So if as long as you're tracking to a specific website, to a specific URL. I'm suggesting that you're going to use this feature, and you're going to be using that to direct people to a place where you're going to capture their information, right? So this is like you're using this in an area where you've collected a bunch of people, and then you're sending them, that custom link is sending them usually to a capture page, right? Where you're going to capture their data. But yeah, you could do it with anything that has a URL. I don't know on how it would do on customizing like a Periscope, because I don't know how that application would interact to it. But if you wanted to have like, let's say you built a page in Funnelizer where you were collecting people's information, right? Like, let's say you created a capture page that said, hey, are you looking to get online? Do you want to do more? Well, we Periscope every day at 10 a.m. Eastern. And it's just a big graphic that you made. Follow us on Periscope at, Johnny or Jimmy or Sally or Tina, right? And then you had a capture page below that. Sure, you could do it that way. But I don't know that you could do it directly to the Periscope URL, because it's not a URL. There's not like a website for them to go to. It's just like a live streaming broadcast feed. So hopefully I answered that. Can you go back and change the vanity URL? Yeah, you can go back. If those pretty links, you can totally go back and change them, erase them. Absolutely. All right, we did good. We had some good questions. We got some good interaction this morning. I just saw that whiplash comment. So I just want to bring each and every Tuesday something simple that's a tech tip that you could be using, that you should be using in your business on a regular basis, so that you can get more accurate results, so that you can see or not that you can get more accurate results, that you can accurately see your results better, right? You can actually track what it is that you are doing and know where people are coming from. Also, this is the tool feature. All three of these things that I just showed you are three different ways that you could go out and create different custom links. That's a feature. That's something that you could go out. That's a benefit to other people. That we talked about features and benefits on other calls. We went over them today on these three things. If you started using one of these three, or all of them, or two or three, or however many of these, could you go out and show other people how to use this and how this could benefit their business? Could you provide value to someone by showing them that? Yes, you could. The answer is yes. Okay. And this is the reason I'm fired up to show you guys this. And now I'm getting a little bit like animated about this, is because it's so obvious in the rest of our lives how everyone else is doing it. And then we feel bad, right? Raise your hand. You don't have to do it in public, silently, if you sometimes feel bad because you're selling things or you're promoting things. But check this out. When they're on TV and they're like, oh, are your hands dirty? Is your bathtub full of soap scum? Are you the dirtiest human on the planet, and all the shit that's flying off your body makes your shower like a bacterial cesspool? Well, then buy our scrubbing super foamy spray shit. Look, we made it has scrubbing bubbles. Woo, they're fun. They're cute. They're bubbles. They're from S.C. Johnson Wax. And then they go up and then they promote their scrubbing bubbles stuff to you. Do they feel bad about that? No. Why? Because they're like, hey, dude, are you just like the rest of us? Are you dirty? Does your shower get dirty? Does it get all funky in there? Okay, well, guess what? We got anti-funky stuff. We call them scrubby bubbles, and they come flying in, woo, in there, spinning your wheels because you don't know where your leads are coming from. You're not sure how to track stuff. You don't really know where any of your marketing is having an effect, positive or negative. Did you want to start tracking that? Well, let me show you how. I have a tool. I can show you the way. I have a solution, right? This is the idea. Maybe this is the call for tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about setting up our ads and our promos and the thought process behind what we're doing, and how to make it way easier, way less salesy, and way more attractive to the people that you're trying to prospect to, without making this like a big complicated mess. Everyone's trying to make this complicated formula, right? Like, well, if I tell them 5 times yes, and then I tell them, and I send them the red ad on the third one, and then I track it back with a retargeting thing for the 18th view, then I'm gonna get them on the sale. How about this? How many people take Alka-Seltzer when their stomach doesn't do good? A lot. Why? Because Alka-Seltzer made a good commercial, right? They don't come every day and they're like, dude, is your stomach totally beat? Are you totally done? Like, is your life about to be over because you feel like crap every day because your stomach? Well, then come get Alka-Seltzer. No, they're not doing that, right? Because they had a good ad and then they're just continuing it, right? They just had a good ad and they're continuing it, right? That's stupid. Have you guys seen this Windex commercial where the birds are flying into the glass? Okay, so what are they doing? They're telling you, hey, do you have the same problem? Do you not have this problem? Do your windows look like shit? That's what they're saying, right? Do you want to have the problem where birds will literally fly through your window because it'll look that good? Yeah, I do. I don't know about you guys, but I live in the mountains and my windows look like crap, when it rains and it's dirty and stuff, right? So yeah, I want to have that. What do I have to do? I just go buy this Windex stuff, right? They didn't make it super hard. They made it fun. They made it easy. They conveyed a message to you. Would you like to have clean windows? Tomorrow, we're going to take some of these tech tips and we're going to look at how you can apply some of these tech tips, the idea, the thought process behind them, and how you could start making some quick promos that were fun and easy, and see how easy it really is to get some traction, to get people to be attracted to what it is you're doing. Maybe I'm just throwing this out there. Maybe a few of you are overthinking it. Maybe a few of you are overthinking it. Maybe it was a little bit simpler, right? And now, check this out. This is the cool part. What if on the front end, it's all simple, right? Everything's basic. It's simple. It's fun. On the back end, you can have the tech tips. On the back end, you can have custom links, pretty links, all the tracking, know exactly where people are coming from, know the numbers and the breakdowns. Make sense? Right? Does anyone think that I'm a technical wizard? That is not happening. No one that I work with believes that I'm a technical wizard. Do the people that I actually work with on a regular day-to-day basis know that I know how to do all of this technical stuff and quite proficiently? Yes. Yes, they do. Why? Because we're working on it together. You don't have to promote yourself and brand yourself as this technical guru, as this, back-end computer genius, but you do have to know some of those skill sets, or you have to have someone that does those skill sets for you. One of those two options. But it doesn't have to be complex on the front end if you have that stuff on the back end, right? Think about it. If you have all this tracking, you could go and have fun with it. You could put out 15 different links on Facebook, right? Because you're tracking all of them. You know exactly what's getting what's getting the best amount of response. And whatever is getting the best amount of response, you're going to continue with. And those links that aren't getting the response that you desire, you're going to stop using those links, right? Consolidate everything to the ones that are getting the best response. So the Smarties, by keeping it simple for the masses, keep it simple for those that you're trying to reach. On the back end for yourself, you can add in the technical pieces. You can add in those tracking resources, those things that help you keep track of what's happening in your business. So today on Tech Tip Tuesday, we talked about creating custom links. And the question I ask to you is, are you creating custom links? And if you're not, why not? Are you giving yourself the ability to have more success? Because that's really what this allows you to do. It allows you to track your progress better, which allows you to create more results. That's a wrap for today's Tech Tip Tuesday call. I want to remind everyone, and I'll shoot you over a link, that tomorrow night we're going to have an industry-wide webinar. It's a Wednesday night webinar. I believe that we're going to be doing some Facebook marketing. So if you're using Facebook, now I can do like a little voice, Chris. I can do like voiceovers. If you're doing Facebook, right, and if you're using Facebook as a marketing platform, then you want to be on tomorrow night's webinar, okay? We're going to have a Facebook expert there. I want you to come and check it out to see how you could up your game on Facebook, how you could possibly be using Facebook in new and exciting ways to get more exposure. So go and check that out. Tomorrow, again, like I mentioned, we'll kind of do a continuation of this call, and we'll show you some easy ways to promote some things. We'll pick a couple of people out. We'll show you how to do some fun promotions and applying this and using some of the links that methods, custom link making methods that we showed today, so that we can show you in real time how simple and how easy it could be, not only to create them, but additionally to be able to go out and actually promote the links. Right? Then, of course, tomorrow night we will have that Wednesday night webinar as well. And of course, on Thursday morning, you'll wake up, you'll come over to Free Daily Coaching, and you'll see that Shouse will be in the house. And we'll be continuing in our SEO/blogging series that she's been doing over the last few weeks. And we'll be continuing that process. If you're wondering, hey, who's Chris Shouse? Why is she in the house? Well, Chris Schaus is an amazing marketer that's really been an integral part of free daily coaching over the past, I would say, 9 months, right? And we haven't even been going that in that entire amount of time. We've been on and off, and Chris has really been like my right hand lady, right? Using free daily coaching over these last 6 to 9 months. Whenever we're out of town, whenever there's something going on, Chris is logging in and providing the backbone and the internet connection for us to be able to hop on. Chris is also taken upon herself to really dive into some amazing training that Mr. Rob Ford did, right? Start applying it to her blog and then breaking it down and saying, okay, listen, I'm going to spend all of this time doing this. I'm going to break it down even simpler to bring it in small, digestible, 20, 30-minute chunks to you here at Free Daily Coaching. So that happens every single Thursday, 7 a.m. Pacific time. So you're going to want to be here this Thursday. Schaus will be in the house. And then Friday will be a Friday free-for-all. That's where everyone comes over, starts sharing results, starts sharing what are the actions that you took, what are the results you got this week, right? Were they good? Were they bad? Were they indifferent? What happened? And then, hey, what are some solutions to change the actions to get better results, right? That's what we do on Friday Free-for-All. And it's fun because it's not just someone like myself that's achieved a certain level of success and that continues to go forward. We're talking about people like Chris Schaus in the house. We're talking about people like Elizabeth Summers, guys like Clive, people like Mario, and ladies like Connie and Amanda, right? We've phenomenal people out there like Angela and Kenny and Angel and Debbie. All of these people are taking actions and getting results. Sometimes they're getting a bigger result. Sometimes they're taking less action or more action. The Friday Free-for-All lets us all come by and touch base and share and see that, guess what? Some weeks I'm on fire and I created 80,000 things. And then some weeks I barely just did my call, right? And that's okay. It's okay. And when you see that in a Friday Free-for-All, that everyone is participating and people are at different stages of their business, different stages of their marketing career, are taking action, it's a really exciting time. It's exciting because you can come over, you can connect and see that people really are taking action, people really are getting results, and you can be one of those people. So I want to thank you for joining myself on Free Daily Coaching. I would like to, as always, thank the lovely Miss Chris Schaus for, again, helping us out so much, especially over this past 7 days as we were traveling. She really helped everyone out so that we were able to keep the call going. So I want to thank Chris for that. Excited to see what you guys are going to bring to the table this Friday on the Friday Free-for-All. We'll see you guys the next time.
It still says it's live.
It is.